The Britons are a highly popular civilization in Age of Empires 2, and as such, their unique unit, the Longbowmen, is a highly requested unit for me to overview. The Longbowmen are famous for their incredible range that can take down almost anything. In this video, I'll briefly overview the effects of this special range, and I'll compare it to some similar units, and tell you when you should use it. Also, stick around for a few minutes after the overview section of the video is done, because I have some pretty exciting channel news that I want to chat with you about and maybe ask some questions to you all. Anyway, let's get started. The Elite Longbowman is an archer unit with 40 HP, 11 attack with +2 versus spears, with 3 melee armor and 5 pierce armor. They also have an incredible 12 range, which makes them a great support unit, able to rain down arrows upon their targets. They directly counter champions and halberdiers, and with such high range they work very well versus most of the other archer units. Their relatively small frame delay also makes them fairly easy to micro, meaning it can be difficult to catch them, even with onagers. Basically, the Longbowman is a long-ranged arbalest with the same HP, movement speed, and frame delay. However, normal fully upgraded arbalests have 1 less attack, 1 less melee armor, and critically 4 less range. However, on the other hand, the Britons lack thumb ring, which means the longbows are not 100% accurate, and it also means that the arbalests with thumb ring fire 18% faster. And so for my first comparison, I want to know, does this extra range and attack make up for the slower fire rate that the Elite Longbowman has? Now, we could do a mathematical comparison, similar to what I've done for my Paladin vs Cavalier video, but the problem with this is that it can't really show the effects of range. So instead, I tried to allow the longbows and the arbalests to fight some units, but I got really strange results in both the HD and Voobly scenario editors because I couldn't get 2 armies to reliably and realistically patrol into each other. However, fortunately, I think I can make a comparison without tests. Basically, Elite Longbowmen will miss pretty often, but the extra range means they attack enemy units sooner, getting 1 more shot off in a straight-up fight, or several more with micro. This means it's far easier to hit and run with longbows, and in the long run they'll deal far more damage when used properly. Now, many new players take this to the extreme, and believe that longbows are counters to onagers, which they most definitely are not.
Who can say where the siege goes?
Yes, with good micro, you can survive with almost no losses, but we all know that in reality it doesn't always happen like this, and that one mistake can destroy a large portion of your army. However, while this comparison is interesting, Britons don't have other civilizations' arbalests. Instead, their arbs do miss thumb ring, but have 3 more range than normal. So I want to know, when should I make arbalests and when should I make longbows? First, for stats, while they have the same movement speed, attack rate, and frame delay, longbows get 1 more attack, pierce armor, and range, making them the statistically superior unit. However, what about in an in-game usage? Looking at cost, the arbalest costs 10 less wood, but 5 more gold. Because wood is the easiest resource to obtain in my experience, I'd have to say that the Elite Longbow wins here. Most importantly though, arbalests are created from archery ranges. This means that in random map, it's far easier to mass crossbows in the Castle Age because you don't need to spend time getting stone. In Deathmatch, while it's still easier to field arbalests at the start, the reality is that Britons are so slow anyway that they may be forced to clump with castles, making longbows a viable choice. I'd say that at the start of a normal deathmatch game, make arbalests in order to quickly get support units out for your army. However, once you can get castles out, do so, and create a ton of longbows. Moving on to the counters of Elite Longbowmen, as mentioned earlier, longbows and arbalests are countered by cavalry, onagers, rams, and skirmishers. They also get countered by huskarls and eagles, as well as by geniteurs, rattan archers, elephants, and even plumed archers and elite targets. The Britons do have options to defend their longbows versus these units, with either champions, onagers, halbs, or cavaliers doing the job most of the time. This means that they are a very strong support unit, but they need to be massed and they need protection. However, as we will see in my upcoming Briton civilization overview, in Deathmatch, the Britons oftentimes lack the tools they need in order to get to this potent position in the first place. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that you have found this helpful. Now, before I end the video, I want to ask you a few important questions concerning some ideas I have for the future of the channel. What I'm thinking about is maybe monetizing my videos eventually, and/or starting a Patreon. Now, I know a lot of people are definitely against the idea of your favorite creators turning into greedy sellouts that only care about profit. And to be honest, I am against that too. However, I think there could potentially be two very good reasons for me to gain a bit of revenue for my videos, and I want to hear your feedback. Maybe what I'm thinking is awesome, but maybe it's not, and I would like some help in deciding what course I will choose. First, over the past few months, my video quality has vastly improved. I think it's pretty safe to say that. As such, I spend more and more time per video in order to make it as good as possible. The problem with this is that I try to release a video every weekend, and in all honesty, it's getting pretty hard to justify committing more and more time each week to my videos. I'm thinking that if I could gain a bit of revenue from my efforts, I'd be far more at ease spending the time necessary to create consistent and quality content. I'm not saying if I didn't get revenue I'd stop making videos, but I am saying that it could definitely help in motivation. Secondly, and more importantly, I want to become more involved with my viewers. I know that when I first started watching Age of Empires 2 videos, I felt very alone because I was not involved with what was happening. Sure, I could leave a comment, but in reality, what's the chance that what I say could influence future videos? To be honest, it feels like almost zero. Many people feel this way, and as such, they go to Twitch streamers to fulfill this desire for interaction and involvement. However, with the type of videos I make, Twitch simply won't work. This is where Patreon comes in, because it would, in theory, allow me to create rewards for those who choose to contribute to the videos. What I'm thinking is that for a very small monthly fee, maybe $1 or $2, I'll give patrons access to comment-only Google documents, which would enable you to give advice during the pre-production stages of videos. I think that patrons of higher tiers would also receive some custom rewards and recognition at the end of videos, but I think the main advantage of this system, so to speak, is that it allows anyone who chooses to contribute to have direct influence into the content of my videos, only making them even better. Now, don't worry, if I do decide to create a Patreon system, I'll still listen very carefully to my YouTube comment section. For example, as you may have guessed, this video came about because several people repeatedly requested it. However, having said that, I care a whole lot about what you think, and so please vote in this poll and give me feedback in the comments to share your ideas and some reservations about these ideas that I have. Anyway, thanks for listening. It's an exciting time for the channel, and regardless of what I choose to do, I can't wait to see what's ahead. I'll see you later. Bye.